This is the 6th day of my 7-day detox program. And today we are going to do a stick mobility twisting detox flow. We're going to be using a stick to help get into deeper twists and stretches. That does not mean it'll be easy, but no worries. We're only going to be doing about 3 repetitions per move. So grab your stick. You may want a cushion or a pillow for your knees at some point, so grab that as well. I'm going to have a link in the description below for where I get my sticks, as well as a discount. And I'm going to be guiding you through this entire program, so don't even worry about thinking about it. Just grab your stick and join me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the bell for notifications, like this video, and come back for tomorrow, day 7 of this detox program. I'm using my short stick mobility stick. It's really just about space and how tall you are, so you can use whichever you like. I love these stick mobility sticks because of this rubber grip. It helps give me more traction when I'm moving around. So starting out, grab this stick with 2 hands, overhand grip, nice wide stance. I'm gonna get into a little bit of a horse stance. So tuck that pelvis under, nice soft bend in the knees, and you're gonna reach up overhead as much as you can. Whatever your end range is, that's totally fine. You might notice that as we do these a few times, you actually get more range. Make sure to breathe. Inhale, exhale, lift up, open up, yes. Come back down. One more time. Nice. From here, you're going to let your right hand pull your left hand over your head, aiming for going behind your head. You're really letting that shoulder open up. And now it's the left side's turn. Pull, reach. Both arms are engaged, but I'm letting one side sort of win out. Keeping myself upright as I do this. So it's really my arm going overhead, and a little bit behind my head, as much as is comfortable for you. One last one, here we go. Come back up to center, and come back down. Shake it out. We're gonna go back into that horse stance, and now we're gonna kind of go all the way around the world. So find that bend in your knees, tuck that pelvis under, and now gently, with as much range as you have, you're gonna reach one arm overhead and behind your head, and then back down. Don't worry, we're gonna do this in each direction. Take your time here. You don't have to go fast. None of this is about speeding through. One more time in this direction. And now we're gonna go the other way. If you need a break, come back up, take a breath, and then find that position again. Knees bent, tuck your pelvis under, going in that other direction, up, overhead, and back down. You're allowing your trunk to move in the direction of the stick. So you're trying to open up. One more. Yes. Coming up to standing, pushing that stick into your hips, and you're gonna fold over. Just a nice long fold. My arms went a little bit wider, and I'm gonna push the stick against my hips to pull myself back up. 2 more times, just like that. My arms will crawl a little bit back in as I fold over, and then when I wanna come up, reach out longer, push, and they help me stand. So bending over, forward fold, really feel that stretch in your hamstrings. And push. Come back up. One more time. Take your time. Nice deep breaths. Fold over. Let your arms go wide if you like. Pushing that stick into your hips. And you're gonna push and rise. Bringing that stick onto the ground. Turning to the side just so you have a better angle to see it. I'm bringing that stick right about 12 o'clock. So if I'm a clock, it's right in the middle. And I would like for it to be maybe a foot away from my feet. Again, it depends on how tall you are. I'm gonna let my arms go long. So the bottom is actually closer than the top. Normal angle for my arm to go. Locking those knees, they're a little more than hip width apart. And I'm just going to fold over. Do a nice little cat-cow here. Curl those hips under. Working each individual vertebrae at a time, pushing the stick down into the ground as I come up. Here we go again. Letting my arms go long, folding over. Make it as dramatic as you want or as you can, and I'm pushing the stick down as I pull my body up, really rounding as much as possible. One more time. Arching that back. While we're here, just go side to side. Keep your hips where they are. Let your arms move side to side. Enjoy that stretch just for an extra second here. And then tucking your pelvis under, rolling yourself up as you push down on the stick to come back up to standing. Whew, shake it out. Okay. We're gonna get into a shoulder stretch. So here, my feet are more than hip width apart. I'm gonna start with my left hand. So again, that stick is right at about 12 o'clock. My left hand is no more than shoulder height. It can be a little bit lower if you don't have that same range. So if it's down here, that's totally fine. And starting with a static stretch, you're just gonna open your arm out to the side, pushing that stick as far open as is comfortable for you. None of this should really be painful. It might be challenging, you might really enjoy that stretch that you're getting, but it shouldn't hurt. And then you're gonna come over across your body. So we all know this stretch. Thinking shoulder down, pulling that arm across your body, and open up again. Back across your body, shoulder down. 2, 1 more. Open out. Notice I'm able to go a little bit further every time. That comes with some practice and some patience. And across the body. And now, coming back to center, we're gonna add our hips into this. So, whichever direction you're pushing that stick, your hips, you're gonna sit into that hip. So, I'm gonna open out, and I'm gonna sit my hip into that side. Woo. Pushing the stick down into the ground, hips are going backward, and now I'm gonna go the other way. Always breathing. Back to the other side. See if you can get a little deeper. One more on this side. Open that arm out. Bend into that hip. Other side. Moving that arm across your body. If the stick starts to move, no worries. You can always come back to center and readjust as needed. Taking a nice deep breath. Switching sides. So, right arm is holding the stick. First, opening out just like we did before. And then across the body. Right Right here. Shoulder back down. Open out. Hips are facing forward. One more time before we go into those dynamic shoulder stretches. Come back to center if you feel like your stick has been moving around a lot. That's totally fine. And now we're going to bring the hips into it. Opening out, let that hip open. Really feeling it in your leg. Other side. Keep breathing. Here we go. Trying to sit deeper into that hip as much as is possible. I know this can be tough. One more on each hip. Whew. Here we go. And pushing that stick down as you come back up to standing. Whew. Shake it out. Moving into some more hip stretching. So we're going to go into a lunge, and I'm going to bring my left foot forward. I'm bringing the stick to thread underneath my leg, so it'll go kind of right about mid-thigh. Find enough space on my mat here. Okay. So left leg is forward, left arm is holding the stick. Doesn't have to be very high. Find wherever's comfortable for you. Already we're working with balance right here, right? So making sure your hips are facing forward and your feet are on railroad tracks. They are not in front and behind one another. They're off to the side, so each one is in its own lane. My right hand, that empty hand, is going to reach across, grab that stick. Now my left arm is going to let go, twist around, try to look behind me at my hand. Breathe. Come back to center. Bring that hand overhead. Come back down. If you need to take a break, let that left hand hold onto the stick. Take a second. Find your balance. Here we go again. Right arm reaches across, grabs the stick. Left hand reaches back behind. I try to look at that hand. Twist. Coming back to center. Let that arm reach overhead. Whew. This stick is actually really helping me maintain my balance, right? Because of the cross-body connection, I'm holding myself up with this stick. One more time. Right arm holds onto the stick, so now I'm not going to fall over. Left arm reaches back behind me, twist, try to look back at that hand. Coming back to center. Reach overhead. Ooh. Yes. And now we're going to come down onto our knees right from here. If you need a pillow, a cushion, now's the time. So I'm just going to grab my little towel, put it right underneath my knee. Same position, exactly the same. You can let your foot relax behind you. So now the stick will be a little bit more in your knee pit. Left hand reaches for that stick. Right arm's gonna reach over, same movement. Open up. Looking back at my hand. Come back to center. Reach overhead. Really feel this in your hip. Take nice deep breaths. Come back and reset yourself anytime you need. Right arm reaches over. Left arm reaches back behind me. Looking back at that hand. Coming back to center. Reach overhead. Come back. Take a breath. Because we have this stick here, we're really able to twist even deeper than if we didn't have it. One more time. Reach that right arm across. Left hand reaches back behind. And up overhead. Whew! Coming back to center. We're gonna unthread that stick. Whew. That got me sweating. But we're not done with this side. So I'm just turning so you can see my positioning. I'm gonna let that same left leg extend long. Right knee is still posting. This. My foot is at about the same line as my knee, and the stick is going to come, again, right about 12 o'clock. Right in line with my body. Both arms are reaching up high. And again, I'm going to do like a child's pose and just sort of fold over. Hips are pushing back behind me. And kind of sway side to side if that feels good. Explore this position. And then when you're ready to come out, push the stick down into the ground as you pull yourself up. Really finding that thrust at the top. Squeeze your glutes for just a second so you feel yourself get nice and long. 2 more. Reaching those hands up high. And you're gonna fold forward. Sway. And then pushing that stick down into the ground as you pull yourself up 1 more time. And then we're gonna add on to this. Reaching up high. Allowing my hands to fall down the stick if that's what I need. Right, I'm trying to bend and stretch my back here. I'm gonna open up my hips. You can even rest your head right on the stick. Now pushing that stick down into the ground as you pull yourself up. Whew. Now, my right hand is going high. My left hand, same side as that extended leg, is going low. I'm gonna open up the stick. Twisting, my shoulders open so I'm looking towards the side. And now, to twist, thinking, trying to get my nose to my knee. It's not gonna go there. There's no way, but it feels really good. Opening out. Pushing that stick down into the ground, especially with this left hand, but also with this right hand. Everything is pushing to help give me more leverage to twist. To that other side, continuing to press down into the ground. So the right hand this time, when I go in this direction, is doing more of the work pressing down. 1 more. Twist. And twist. Whew. Come back to center. Walk your hands up as you push that stick down into the ground. Pull yourself up to upright. And now, bringing that left leg in. Oof. I'm gonna use the stick to help you get up. Pushing the stick down into the ground. Lift that leg up into standing. Nice. Take a moment and just feel the difference. Right? That one hip is really way more open. But that's okay, because we have the whole other side to do. So, here we go again on the right side. Take a breath if you need it. Right leg steps forward. Back leg, heel is off the ground. Trying to get that leg nice and long. You have a nice bend in that front foot, threading the stick through your leg so it's right at your thigh. Try to feel wherever it's comfortable for you. It's always nice to have a wall if you need as well, but the stick is a great stabilizer. So starting out at that very first part, I'm going to reach my left arm over, opposite arm, to grab the stick. My right arm releases and I stretch. Look back at that hand. Left arm is helping to keep me stable. Try and think about keeping your shoulder down. Reaching overhead. Oof. Great lateral line stretch of the body. Come back down. Take a breath if you need. And again. Left arm reaches over. Right arm reaches back behind you. Look back at that hand. Find that balance. Come back to center. Reach overhead. Take a breath if you need to. This makes it much less intense having that same side arm hold onto the stick. Regain your balance. Last time. Reaching over. Open up behind you, see if you can twist a little bit deeper. Making sure you're always breathing. And coming back to center. Reaching overhead. Beautiful. Grab that stick. We're going straight down into the ground. So just your knee comes down. If you need to set the stick down for a moment to grab your cushion, no problem. Here we go. The stick's now kind of going to your knee pit. You can relax that back foot down if you like. Same side arm reaches over, that right hand's grabbing the stick. Left hand is going to reach over. Right hand twists back behind me. Look back at that hand. See if you can twist a little deeper. Coming back to center. Reach overhead. That's one. Readjust if you need to. Feel like you're leaning over. No problem there. Always a great chance to readjust. There we go. Left arm reaches over. Right arm releases the stick. Reach behind you. Look back at that right hand. Come back to center. Reach overhead. Take a breath. Back to center. One more time. Left arm reaches over, grabs that stick. Right arm releases the stick, reaches back behind me. Oof. See if I can go a little bit deeper. Shoulders are still back down. Looking back at that hand. Back to center. Reach overhead. Beautiful. Come down. Grab the stick. Phew! I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm doing. Unthread that stick from underneath your leg. My right leg was the one in front, so it's extending out long. Take a breath. That was a lot. Just going to scoot over a little bit so I'm still on the mat. Stick comes at 12 o'clock again. Both hands are reaching high. And you're going to fold over like a child's pose. You can rest your head on that stick. You can breathe and relax here. You can kind of swing side to side gently. Whatever works for you. And then you're going to push that stick down into the ground as you pull yourself back up. Squeeze those buns at the top. Here we go, 2 more. Reaching up high, fold over. Let your hands slide down so you can really bend into your hips as much as you possibly can, as much as is comfortable for you. I love rocking side to side. I love this stretch that I feel down the side body. And pull yourself back up by pushing the stick down. It also feels really great in your shoulders. 1 more. I'm warm. Here we go. Reaching high, bending into that hip. Gently swinging side to side. Pushing the stick down, pulling my body up. Squeeze the buns at the top. Same hand as that extended leg is going to reach down towards the bottom. Opposite hand reaches high. And now we're twisting open. Trying to look out towards the side. And then kind of thinking nose to knee. Pushing the stick down into the ground the entire time. Both hands push down. Reaching over. Opening up that shoulder, looking nose to knee. 1 more. Reaching open. Nose to knee. Pushing the stick down into the ground the whole time. And now for me to get up, I'm going to push down and I can walk my hands up. Whew. Take a breath here. That's a lot, but it's gonna feel amazing. And we're just gonna check it out as soon as we get up. So bringing that foot flat onto the floor, knee is bent. I'm gonna push the stick down into the ground to help me get my other leg up. So 1, 2, 3, push and up. Whew. So take a moment and just explore those hips. Stick is again at 12 o'clock. Maybe about a foot away from your feet. Feet are hip width apart. Take some nice deep breaths here. Whew. And we're going to stir the pot. So my right hand is on top to start. I'm going to reach out, letting my back bend. 2, 3. Left hand goes on top. We're going the other way. Pushing the stick down into the ground every time you get towards standing. My knees are locked out, so I'm really letting my back bend. And now we're going to do that cat-cow 1 more time just to really see how it feels and notice if anything is different. So hands are high, stick is about a foot away at 12 o'clock, pushing that stick down into the ground. I'm just gonna fold over. Oh yeah. Now, I love to go side to side, as I've said. I can really feel my left hip is tight. I'm surprised that my right hip is also really tight. You'd think that side's stronger, it wouldn't be, right? Yes, just different. And push the stick down into the ground to come back up to standing. 2 more times. Fold over. Again, you can make this as dramatic as you want. I like to think of a mermaid coming up out of the ocean. Head comes first, and then I can roll down. And then I can work with, starting with my pelvis, roll myself up. You can play with it. Last move. You're gonna grab that stick and bring it behind your back. It's just gonna sit in the crook of your elbow. And have your hands rest here if that's comfortable. They can be on your hips. And you're just gently rocking side to side, starting by keeping your hips still. You're not going as far. That's okay. And now you can let your hips go. Really twist. Take a nice deep breath and notice how you're feeling now.